Welcome to another episode of the Multifamily Collective. We are post-launch day of the Multifamily Media Network, and I am just on cloud nine. I'm just so thankful and grateful for all of the people that have supported us in terms of creating and launching the Multifamily Media Network, and I'm very excited about the future. And for everybody who interacted and engaged with us yesterday on LinkedIn and other social channels, thank you very much. We have a lot more to look forward to. So that being said, transitioning to today's topic, I want to talk about AI, and I know it potentially is a little overblown topic or an overdone topic, but I think AI is changing so rapidly that there are a lot of things to talk about and continue to talk about and probably talk about ongoing. I read an article this morning in The Economist, and it was really sort of a brief recap of a conversation that happened between Sam Altman and Satya Nadella from Microsoft when they were in Davos recently, and they talked about the impact of AI on a go forward, and really the exponential nature of that particular technology and the exponential impact that it will have on businesses and jobs. The topic of jobs came up, and the topic of professional jobs or degreed individuals who are probably most at risk or most subject to the impact of AI. And it brought me back to a post that we've done. We've talked about, not a post, but a topic that we talked about a lot here on Multifamily Collective. I even think back to when Multifamily Collective was Apartment Hacker, and we had talked about this. Let's say it was 7 or 8 years ago. We talked about automation and AI making an impact in the multifamily space, and we started talking about upskilling and reskilling some 7 or 8 years ago. Here we are today. The technology has advanced so much so that you really can think. You can really believe that AI will have an impact. Routine work. It'll have an impact on forward-looking statements, forward-looking strategy, forward-looking processes and systems and disciplines and routines in your organization, things that you need to be putting in place today. And then I read an article that was written by Mary Samuelson, and it was posted in the Multifamily Dive. I think it was posted, who knows? I don't know the date. It's not on here. Anyway, it was Dom Beveridge and Donald Davidoff talking about AI and the impact in the multifamily industry. And Donald Davidoff made a statement that I think Dom did actually, where companies, property management companies, real estate companies are actually looking to the supplier partners to actually bring AI to them, as opposed to companies internally creating systems and disciplines and processes and routines with AI. And I think that might be largely true today. I think it is largely true today, but I do think it will quickly give way to property management organizations, especially those of size. Let's think about the NMHC top 50. They will definitely bring people, if they have not already done so, they will bring people on board, probably in the IT or innovation or strategy divisions of their organizations, to utilize AI and to build internal systems using the technology, as opposed to relying on supplier partners. So maybe they do engage with supplier partners in the early innings. Maybe they contract with supplier partners in the early innings to get a peek under the hood, so to speak, or a peek into the world of the thought processes that are employed to put this type of technology in place within those particular vendor partner silos, right? So whatever that vendor supplier does, the AI, they're getting a look at what the AI does and the thought process behind it. I think ultimately it gives way to companies building things themselves. You think about what AI is capable of today and what it will be capable of 2 to 3 years from now. It can already write software. The idea of no-code software, I think, is a real thing. People have argued with me in the past about that, but I think it is a real thing, where you will be able to speak into existence the very thing you want to see on your website, or the very thing you want as it relates to a platform that you might use to govern prospects or residents or transactions or anything related to property management, you can simply build that stuff yourself. A company of some size with some level of resource, be it human or otherwise, can actually build this stuff themselves. And I think that will happen. I really believe that will happen inside of the next 3 to 5 years or sooner, because this stuff is accelerating at a pace that no one can really wrap their heads around. So every day we're putting more and more data into the system, and the system is using that data to learn. And it's comparing and contrasting to other data that is in the system, be it public facing data or a data that is coming in through private means or protected means. So anyway, the landscape is off the charts. And I think that everyone should be aware of the impact this is going to have on their business. And everyone, C-suite on down, should be thinking about how AI is going to impact their business. And you should be at the forefront of making those recommendations and those suggestions in your C-suite meetings. Those who are not in the C-suite, you should be pushing that up and throughout your organization, because it's going to be one of those things where there's this analogy of the toaster. I love this analogy of making a piece of toast. If you were able to see through the toaster, and you can see that when you put the bread in, be it white bread, wheat bread, doesn't matter, but it goes along for like 2 to 3 minutes, the bread being heated up, and then at some point it goes boom, it's toast, right? Just like that. This is happening like that. Right now we are in the toaster, and the bread is white or brown or whatever color it is right now, and it is getting to the point where it's going to be a flash moment and it turns into toast. That's what's happening right now. So any day, the point I'm getting to is that any day you can wake up and your job is done, because AI is advanced to the point that it can just take over, and you're the one who fed it all the data all along. So take that as a fair warning to wake up and upskill yourself, reskill yourself right now. Teach others how to use AI, because you need to be the go-to person, subject matter expert as it relates to that, to keep yourself employed. Now, please, I'm not Chicken Little. We're not going to put everybody out of business or everybody out of a job, but it is incumbent upon you to get ready for it, because it is happening right now. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.